everybody, my name is Jess Carter, for those who don't know me, and I am the team leader of the Red Hots and the upline of probably most of the people that are in the room right now. So hi everybody that I do know. I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there tonight. I'm so excited for your Southern Maine Opportunity event. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. And hi Jen and Sarah, you know, like you worked so hard on this entire event. So I'm so excited for all of you, and I'm sure that it's going to be a great evening, and I'm so sorry that I can't be there tonight. So I wanted to record a little video, Sarah asked me to, that you guys could watch and to kind of tell my Athena's story since I can't be there. So I am goddess number 1320. I signed on in the fall of 2006 in September. I had just graduated with my social work degree. I was working full-time, and I continued to work full-time for about 4 years until I went completely full-time with my Athena's business. But I loved my full-time job, so you know, I just really enjoyed what I was doing. But I decided to go full-time in my business because I wanted to be able to be home when my kids got off the school bus. I now have an 8-year-old, oh my gosh, she's going to be 8 next month, and a 5-year-old. And so I quit my full-time day job when I was pregnant with my son, my younger, and I was able to be home when my daughter got off the school bus on her first day of Head Start. So all really exciting stuff, and I love being a part of this company. I'm sure that, you know, you've been sitting in this room for a while, you've been drinking the purple Kool-Aid, you know, you can feel the energy that is Athena's. So I wanted to share a little bit of how I got started, in case you're sitting there thinking, you know, like checking out the opportunity and thinking, you know, like this is all fine and good, but I could never be that person. I could never, you know, like I'm nothing like her. I'm nothing like her. I could never, you know, my personality is totally different. So I wanted to talk a little bit about sort of why I got started. My very first party that I went to, I was terrified. Literally, like I almost like threw up on my way there. And I was just a guest. My friend dragged me along. It was some of her coworkers that were having the party. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I just felt like we were such badasses going to the sex toy party, which is funny now. But you know, like so we got there. I sat on the, you know, the edge of the couch. The goddess had us write down things that we were interested in, you know, and like we're passing stuff around, and, you know, like write things down on your wish list that you think you might like to purchase. And like I remember actually waiting until something, you know, like less scandalous came by to write down what I wanted, because I didn't want anyone to know what I was interested in buying, which again is funny now. And I went into the ordering room. I spent way too much money and loved all of my products. And I sort of got thinking, like, you know, like, I don't know, I could do this, or at least I could sign on just for the discount, right? Which might be what some of you are thinking, because the discount is pretty awesome. And our products are amazing. And back then we didn't even have a lot of the spa and body care stuff that we do now. And those things, I don't know, like I could never live without. We use those in my family all the time throughout my house. So I sort of like was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? And I signed on, and I loved it. I just like, I loved this community of women. I loved the whole idea of women getting together in someone's living room to talk and learn about a topic that is kind of taboo, not only taboo, but uncomfortable for a lot of people to talk about. Maybe some people can't, you know, or like grew up in a household where they couldn't talk about those things or ask questions about things. And I hated the stereotype of, you know, to buy a toy, you had to go to like the dirty bookstore, you know, which is always like, kind of slimy and gross. So I loved this whole idea, this whole concept of bringing it into, you know, to living rooms, basically bringing this conversation into living rooms. And I did not know very many people. So if you're sitting there thinking like, oh, well, that's all fine and good, but I could never do that because I don't know 1,000 people. My very first parties, my neighbor, we lived in an apartment at the time, she hosted one. My sister-in-law hosted one. Actually, both of my now sister-in-laws hosted parties. Those were my first 3 parties. And it's crazy because almost 10 years later, I've been doing this for, in September will be 10 years, so many of my parties, you know, like if I tracked it down and trickled it down, can be traced back to one of those very first few parties that I had, which is really neat because those people host and then they invite their friends, and then one of their friends will will host a party, and then all of their friends come, and then one of their friends, and then so it just keeps growing. And our hostess benefits are so amazing. People love hosting parties. The parties are fun, so people love hosting parties. It's a no-brainer. So you don't need to know tons of people to get started by any means. I was super, super shy. I think I felt like I was going to throw up on my way to at least my first year of parties. But once you get up in front of people and, like you're talking about the products and people are laughing and having fun, it's like you're stepping into the role of a goddess, which is great. So, you can leave your shy self in the car, and then when you get back to your car, you're like, oh, I just did that. You're like, I am the goddess, right? So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So some of the things that I've been able to accomplish over the years, my very first recruit signed on as sort of I was doing everything by the books, like that the training tells you to do, but I wasn't looking for team members by any means. And she signed on, I think, 2 months after I first started. And she's now one of the top sellers in the entire company, which is really, really exciting. And she has a team of her own. Our lineage wide is gigantic. I wanted to show you, so in addition to your own personal sales, Athena's gives you a bonus for your team sales, for leading a successful team. And I do a lot of work with my team and with my lineage because I love this sort of business of empowering women. So I wanted to share with you one of my big checks. We were doing a promotion at Athena's, and we all got to run across the stage with our big check. So this is the biggest override check that I've ever received. You can see the number right there, $2,159.97. So I'm hoping this year my check by the end of the year will be at least double this. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm coming for you, Jen. Okay, get ready to to sign that check. So this is one of the great things about being a leader with Athena's is that you get this added income, added bonus, in addition to, the money that you earn through your own business. Another great thing about being a team leader is you get to lead an amazing team. And my lineage, as you can see, a lot of them are in the room with you, are made up of, incredible people that I just feel so incredibly lucky to be able to work with. So I wanted to show, this is my top team leader trophy. I have 4 of these from the last few years. So this is my team sales, and each year we get recognized for being one of the top teams, which is really exciting. We've been 3rd a few years in a row. We were 2nd one year, which was really exciting. And so we were 3rd again last year, and that's huge. And look at that number, okay? And this is our little team from Maine. Almost all of my team members live in Maine. Not all of them, but Maine is a great place to live if you want to be an Athena's goddess or an Adonai, because it is so easy to sell products here. Long, cold winters, not much else to do, and people love the product line, which is fantastic. My personal sales, I have a few of these as well. This is my last top-selling goddess trophy. So this is what I did in 2013 for sales, which is crazy. The year after that, I took some time off because we started our own farm. I have goats now and chickens and all that jazz. So, I didn't do as much. I still did quite a bit. I think my sales were like 48,000, something like that, but not quite 97,000 for sure. So being a top seller in Maine, being a top team leader. Another great thing that I love about Athena's is that I get to meet these amazing people, which is incredible. And hostesses turn to team members, and you just have these lifelong connections. Also one year, Sarah wanted me to talk about this, as I was named Goddess of the Year, which is sort of the entire company votes for the person that they think was recognized as sort of epitomizes the idea of a goddess at Athena's. So in 2013, I was the Athena's Goddess of the Year. This trophy is so gigantic and beautiful. And I was so shocked and surprised. And it's just another example of, I'm from a super small town in Maine. I live on a farm, but it doesn't take a lot to, to really reach incredible success with this company. It's so reachable. And I wanted to share the picture of me and Jennifer Hopefully that'll come out okay. It's not too dark. But when I received my award, I was a crying mess. I was like snotting all over myself. And that's Jen. Obviously her skin doesn't usually look like that. As you can see right now, she was dressed up from Wicked. It was a Broadway theme, okay? Don't judge my outfit. So that's another great thing about Athena's. I've won maid service for a year. I've won 2 incredible trips to Vegas. All these amazing incentives. And I'm just, you know, another small town girl from Maine. So if I can do it, you can absolutely do it too. I look forward to welcoming lots of you to our team very, very soon. And Sarah, thank you again for having me. I'm so incredibly proud of you. And I can't wait to hear all about this event. So thank you so much. Thanks for everyone for coming out to check out the opportunity event. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming. Mwah. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.